Hey guys, it's Miss Way.
I'm Miss Thomas.
And we've put a quick PowerPoint together to show you why we think you should take food and nutrition.
Because it's awesome.
Hope you enjoy.
Hi guys, it's Miss Thomas. Just a quick message. We're going to firstly start with all the things that you could become if you take food and nutrition at GCSE. So you know those fancy food blogs that you see on YouTube? You could become one of them. You could be talking about the high life in London, looking at food. Really cool job. You could also become a nutritionist. You could be a food teacher. How glamorous would that be? You can also become a food stylist. You know those fancy photos you see in posh restaurants of their food looking really amazing on the plates? They are designed by a food stylist and a photographer. Such a cool job. You could become a personal trainer, a childcare specialist, a nurse, anything to do with health, fitness, science, and obviously food. So that's just a little insight on the jobs that you could eventually end up doing if you took food and nutrition at GCSE.
Hey guys, it's Miss Way, and on this slide I just want to talk to you about Unit 1, which is called Food in Action. Basically, during Year 10 you will create practical dishes that link to different topics that you will study throughout the year. So all the theory that you will be learning about throughout Year 10 will be linked back to a practical dish, so you will get the chance to do loads and loads of cooking. For every topic you study, you will create an exciting food dish too. Like I said, the examples on the right hand side of this PowerPoint are just a small snippet of some of the dishes that you will be making. On top of this, you'll be building up a file of revision and theory that you can use for Year 11. So when your exam comes around, we won't have to do really long, boring revision lessons to build up that file. You will have all the revision tools that you need there in front of you, and then we can just work on what revision technique is your best one, using the work that you've already accumulated throughout Year 10. Okay, so this unit of Food in Action looks at how food actually works. So for example, why do we need eggs in cakes, or how do cookies continue to cook after they are removed from the oven, or what makes bread rise? To do this, we'll be taking part in a number of food experiments. The food experiments are a little bit different to the actual practicals in Unit 1. The outcomes are not usually edible, therefore we provide the ingredients, but you will actually get to see what makes those foods cook, or what makes them rise, what makes them what they are. So for example, if you made a pizza with fresh bread dough in Unit 1, we would look at the actual rising of bread using yeast in Unit 2. Or if you made cookies in Unit 1, we would look at what makes those cookies continue to cook when they are removed from the oven. At the end of this, you will complete a practical exam in school where you will do an investigation and complete a report explaining your findings. In the past, we have looked at how different fats affect the outcome of a cake, and pupils have bought lots of different fats, including butter, oil, cream, coconut oil, and then made a range of cakes to find out what is actually the best fat for that particular cake.
Hi guys, it's Miss Thomas again. So I'm going to explain a little bit about Unit 2 Food Preparation Assessment. So this is the non-examination coursework that we sit in school. It includes a practical exam, which is worth 40% of your overall grade. Unit 2 is my favourite piece of coursework that we sit in the whole GCSE syllabus. It's amazing. So the Food Preparation and Assessment unit is a piece of schoolwork that we do in class over a period of time. We then build that information up to create a practical exam. So in that practical exam, you will create 3 dishes and 3 sides based on a given brief. So the pictures that you can see here are based on last year's brief, which were all about Wales and Welsh dishes and Welsh cuisine, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. We learnt loads about the history of Wales, but we also got to taste some really nice food as well. So as you can see, they made fish and chips made with Welsh beer. So they made the beer batter out of the Welsh beer. They made lamb meatballs. They made chocolate brownie using Welsh coffee and Welsh chocolate. They made lamb chops, because obviously Wales is really famous for using Welsh lamb. And we got to play around with a few traditional Welsh dishes. Now, a few years ago, the brief was packed lunches. So it was all about kids' packed lunches. You got to look at the nutritional value of all what goes into a packed lunch. They designed some really cool meals. Like somebody made a full baguette and shaped it like a shoe boot. And they did a lot of like Stacey Solomon designing lunch boxes with all the funky snacks that she makes. There's really cool briefs, okay? This year, it's all about traditional Welsh seafood recipes, and I know my year 11s at the moment are loving that. So yeah, that's pretty much about the course. It's a really, really fun assessment, that is. You get to learn a little bit about the history of the topic that you're looking into, but more importantly, you get to cook loads.
Okay, we hope you enjoyed the PowerPoint, guys. We know that this year has been really difficult and rubbish, and it's not how me or Miss Thomas would ever want you guys to experience year 9. I know you've done no cooking whatsoever. Probably as difficult, actually, as it is for us to record this voiceover, Miss Thomas, isn't it?
Probably, yes.
We're currently on loudspeaker on the phone to try and get us both here together. But what we would like to say is that we had so much planned for this year, as this was the first year that you were able to take food as your choice for tech, and unfortunately we couldn't do that. But moving forward, if you take the subject, hopefully we will be able to make up for this.
We'll cook more than Paul Hollywood on a Tuesday.
And if you didn't get that, that's a little bake-off reference for you guys.
We've got really big plans for you for 2021, and we want to remind you how amazing this subject is and how ridiculous your teachers can be at times. And we'd really love to see you in the class next year.
Yeah, please take it, and we'll have so much fun, and we'll make up for all the rubbish that we haven't been able to do this year.
Bring on the sausage rolls.
Woohoo!